Okay, this set of videos is going to be to walk Africa Inland Mission through, their first site configuration. And we're sitting here on the home page of aimsandbox.com. And what we've done is we've kind of divided the experience into two sides. And we haven't been really working on styling or anything, but just the functional side of, okay, on the one side you have new users who need to know where to begin the process, and on the other side you have returning users who need to know how to continue the process. And you'll notice the limit of links. We're not giving new users the ability to register. The process that we're using for AIM at this time is fill out an initial inquiry form. After they fill out the initial inquiry form, their status has to be manually upgraded if you wish them to become a candidate in the system. If you upgrade the status, they receive an email that lets them know that they are approved to build their profile, and that links them to the page where they can register as a user and begin the process of building out their profile. And the next step in that process is to fill out what we're calling their main application. And so in this set of videos, we're going to walk you through how to do all of that. Now, the first thing, of course, if I'm here as a new user, is I'm going to be clicking the begin the process here. And what that's actually linking me to is the first application. And you'll notice on the URL /candidates/first application. Now, this, of course, is a web form that you have control over. So let's go to the administrative part of the system and click on Web Form Management. And I want to show you just a couple of things about this web form. You can basically collect any data that you want to collect on this web form, but there are three things that you must always have. The first thing you must always have is the first name, and the name has to be first name. That's first name all together, lowercase. That has to be the name of that field. Then you have to have last name, same thing. Last name, all lowercase, all together. That's the name of that field. And the third field you have to have is gender, and it's just the word gender, all lowercase. You have to have a minimum of those three fields. And what happens is when they fill in that data from the form, that also then syncs into their user account when they register. That way we don't have to collect that information twice. And so otherwise you can put any fields you want. I simply just used a form that I think someone had built already, and it may or may not represent the data that you want to collect. Now, how do we tell the system that this form is the form we want to use as our first application form? The way we do that is we go to Web Form Tools and we press Manage Assignments. And of course we have to select the right site, and here's our site. And you'll see that there is an assignment for, and you'll see this type, first application. Now the way I made that is I pressed Add, Assign to, First Application Candidates, and then I just select my web form. You don't need a template for this one, so you just press Save. And once you've done that, you've told the system that that particular web form here that we selected fits that role in the system. And when you go to Candidates First Application on the URL, that web form will be the web form that is being used in the system. And of course, that's how we make all of our assignments. So what have we covered so far? We've covered that the new user experience begins with an initial inquiry form. That's this form. You can build that form in Web Manager. You have to have first name, last name, and gender fields. And you have to go to Web Form Tools and make a new assignment linking that form to the first application type. And if you do that, you've taken step one in configuring your system.